Hi guys, I wanted to do something to my week 5 journal. This is the Engage week. I wanted to actually share with you guys the page that I'm using, the We Are Teachers helpline. I had quite a few inquiries about it and whether or not it pertained to like a certain geographic area or a particular type of teacher, and so I wanted to take the chance to show that it's not, that this is for absolutely everyone and that anyone here is welcome. So there are over 62,000 people here, and it's just been it's a really great place to be. I'm going to switch it over to recent activity. It has been actually kind of quiet this week because a lot of the East Coast teachers are on break right now, but again, this does span across the country, so there are people, the teachers are still having crises everywhere. As I mentioned before, I'm a little bit of a lurker here. I like things, I will react, but I do try to keep my voice to a minimum, actually, because there are people in here that I know locally, and I believe you have the power to comment anonymously. I guess you cannot anonymously comment on this one, but you can post anonymously, which is what you're seeing now, and you'll see that a lot of people do that. And I wanted you to see that there are not a lot of multimodal things happening in this group, which I think has a big impact on the content and like the reaction. Like, I fully admit that sometimes I scroll by, like this one, I think, oh, this is not a super long one. There's a couple in here from earlier this week that people, like this, like people are just writing books. People are writing novels on Facebook and asking for people's guidance. And I'm not trying to minimize their problem or say that what they are saying is not valid, but I do think that it impacts how people interpret it and people's desire to answer and respond. So you can see this one has 39 comments, 63 likes, or 63 reacts. It's been up for about 9 hours. And I think a lot of people are, you really have to chew that post. Oh, excuse my cat in the background. It can be a lot, and I think sometimes functionally teachers are exhausted, so for us to have to kind of read through all of someone's situation and make sure you're keeping the story straight and things like that, I think it would be cool to see some teachers do a vlog on here, but I know absolutely you'd be opening yourself up to like slander and things like that, and we'd always have to run the risk of, people have talked on here about kind of other coworkers like snitching, and I would be a little bit worried about that. So the couple times that I have posted it here, I have used the anonymous feature. But a lot of people just use this as a venting space. Like, oh, here's a lady right now. I just need to vent. Like, I am personally, from a personal standpoint, believe that emotions need to leave the body. And I don't think that teachers get a healthy space to do that always. And we're turning to social media for that. And it shouldn't be the case. I'm thankful that all of my coworkers support venting and the need to be open and all of that, but I know there are some places that don't. You can see this one's been up for about 22 hours, about 131 reacts, 86 comments. You can see too with the comment threads, people are having lengthy discussions. Like this one has the replies kind of stack up, and they're substantial answers. They're not 1 to 2 word discussions. I have not read all of these posts from this week, but I was hanging out earlier in the week. There were people talking about, how do you relax on break? How do you take a break for break? How do you not spend the week planning and grading and prepping and all of that? And I did contribute to a lot of those in the sense of like, you have to learn that you come first. And it's hard to learn. It is. Even I have caught myself at the most mundane moments thinking like, oh my gosh, what are we doing this coming Monday? What comes next? Like, but you have to take that break, and it's so important. Goodbye, Ruben. There are also, I'm anticipating there is usually, tomorrow is Sunday, or as my friends call it, Breakmas Eve. So we're going back to school. We're going to get a lot of, or in here, there's going to be a lot of like Sunday scary posts, like people being like, oh my gosh, I don't think I want to go back, like, or I'm really anxious. And again, all of that is super valid, but there will be a huge community of people kind of confronting and comforting each other for that. So I'm looking forward to see that, because that's going to give me a lot of content to talk in the next couple of weeks. But I really wanted you to be able to see that there's not a lot of visual graphics happening here, and I think that has a big impact on how the community interacts with each other.